Hello. Happy almost New Year. It's the evening of New Year's Eve 2023. I ended up getting a really bad cold, so I've had coughing fits and now have sore ribs from coughing. Anyway, so I'm going to try to do a sort of like a year-end wrap-up thing. And since I haven't been feeling that great, I figured I would just show these books that I have been doing most every day since the beginning of 2023. So I've almost filled 2 of these journals with, I usually do just a little painting practice that's, basically just getting some color on the page, and then I sometimes doodle and sometimes it's just the color. So anyway, I just thought I would flip through and show you what I did. So this is the first one. I think this is a Lectern 1917 bullet journal. So I'll just flip through and show you. I was just trying out some pastels that I got, some pasta pastels. I'm just doodling. You're supposed to keep an index. I didn't do that very well. But anyway, that's the idea. You keep an index, and if you take notes, you can refer back to what page it's on. I just go through quickly. If I think of something to say, I will, but otherwise I'll just flip through. A lot of this is just crayons, or these might be woodies, I can't remember. Paint. I made arrangements. This was just before my mom passed, and I made travel arrangements to go with her, and I sat with her as she transitioned. That was January 28th. And then just took notes on what I was doing. This was a little drawing I did, kind of a scribble drawing that I did, and you could see a mother and a child here in the picture, so I colored it in. I thought, oh, maybe my mom's reaching out to me. So I kind of kept that covered just to keep it protected a little. Okay, I'll just flip through quick now. Some of them were just trying out some fluorescent paints I found, and, little drawings, kind of doodles. This is a full moon spread. I took notes at some point on some class I was in, I think. And I don't know, sometimes I don't write anything, and sometimes I just take quick notes. Sometimes I collage stuff in. I was working on a color wheel for a class I was in, a painting class, so it ended up in my book. This was a stamp that I made out of foam, and I tried it in here. I think this was a Nicholas Wilton workshop. So I took notes that way. New Year or Valentine's Day. We were still studying color in my class I was in, so that's part of that. Some more notes from my classes. I think this was I pulled an oracle card. No, I pulled a tarot card, but I don't know much about tarot cards, but I pull one every once in a while, and I wrote notes. This was just a stencil that I was playing with. I like Stencil Girl stencils, and I'm in their club, so you get a stencil every month. They send you a couple of stencils. It's been kind of fun because sometime in the middle of the year, they started a exchange where you could sign up to swap some art with somebody that you used the stencils to create the art. And that has been really fun. It's a fun way to connect to other people. I think this has a little bit of collage in it as well as paint. It's that fluorescent again. It's very bright. Oh, it's one of my teachers in the class. This was, I experimented with stamps and what's that called? You sprinkle it on and it kind of melts. I can't remember what it's called, but you use a heat gun and it melts it and causes some texture. It's kind of a cool thing to play around with. I can't remember what it's called for some reason. My head's kind of foggy. Anyway, so some more playing with Galaxy Tombos and Stabilo crayons. That's what that is. Who knew? This was a little foam stamp that I made. And I like this fetish bear. It's been kind of a symbol for me for a long time. There's a turtle, which is another animal symbol. So I made little foam stamps. And I had a lot of fun making those. And so this was a wooden stamp I have that I used paint to stamp on the paint. And more little turtles. I like this one. It's just different. A little bit of doodling and paint. This was my mom's birthday is on St. Patrick's Day, and of course she wasn't here. So anyway, it was just a lot of green, kind of a mess. And, oh, this was a symbol that I think I was listening to a live with Whitney Freya. And I think it was Whitney. Anyway, she pulled a card, or somebody pulled a card. So I drew it in here and some of my turtle symbols. It was talking about symbols, more bears. That was just a spring equinox day. So I wrote, may this day and season bring all into balance. Nice. And this is a Baha'i holiday. Happy Nowruz Day. More stencils. This says, art rules are stupid. All the magic everywhere. Interesting. I can't really remember everything that was going on, but I don't know if it was a moon. There's my anniversary. I wrote, this one looks like a portal or a doorway. A lot of these started with this shape, and after a while it started looking like an elephant. So you'll see I drew some elephants over some of my just abstract paints as we go on. If you're still with me, I know this is probably boring for anybody else, but this is what I did most of the year. There's that wooden stamp again. Just this one I painted on the page, and then I think I just used the back of the brush and I just scratched through it, and then I pushed the other page down and pulled it up, and it made this cool little texture on that side. So for my daughter's birthday. This is a So Flat paint, so it's really matte. It's a real matte paint. It's kind of fun to use. It's golden, So Flat. Just more, oh, full moon, okay. I liked this one. It was kind of like trees, shape, silhouettes of trees. Okay, this was another card I pulled from a deck I ordered. It's kind of a cool thing. Okay, here's some more bears. This one I think I used gold. You can buy gold gesso. Most people would probably use white gesso, which I also have, but you can get it in gold and you can get it in black. So if you didn't know that, there you go. It's pretty cool to make as a background. Oh, that's another little one where I drew into the paint and made a texture on the other page. More of my bears. Try to go faster. I took a training. Did this start it? Yeah, this was the start of it. It was called Untangling Colonialism. It was really, really good. Really good training. Very moving. This was a local group. Had their spring celebration. So that was my doodles on that. Wow, I'm only up to April. Are you bored yet? This is the day whereon the All-Merciful hath come down in the clouds of knowledge, clothed with manifest sovereignty. That's a Baha'i quote. It was the first day of Rizwan. Okay. This was I think I did, I have some runes that I made a few years ago, and every once in a while I throw them on the table. I don't know how to read runes, but I wrote down, or I drew a picture of what they look like, and then I wrote down the ones that were upright, just to see if I could glean anything from that. This is the sort of thing that goes into my art journal. Okay, now, here is one of these ones that I could see an elephant in there. It looked like a trunk, and this was its eye. I drew an eye. Okay. A lot of times this is all just, I think I was down in Oregon when I did this one with my kids. We went down to have my mom was laid to rest there, so we all went down together as a family. It was nice. It was good to be with my kids. Okay. This was more of that. I have a partner in spirit. I have a partner. And then it was of spirit. Spirit is primary, you secondary. Interesting. We saw a little snake skithering along up at the cemetery where my mom was, and I thought I was videotaping it, and it didn't record it, so I was sad because it went skittering off and I didn't see it anymore. Oh, this was when my daughter lost her husband that day. It's very sad. More things that were cards. I watched a YouTube of somebody doing this. I can't remember what it was called, but she would scribble, and then she would, I think she drew lines and then connected. Anyway, and then you just like round them and fill them in. So it was very relaxing. I should do more of that. It's good for you, or good for me. And I liked how this painting came out. I think these were stencils. This was another little oracle card pull. One of my turtles. Oof, that one's just kind of a hot mess. There's flowers. I don't know. A lot of times they're just doodles. There's another stencil. They were fun to play around with. Sometimes they're just backgrounds on here. This one I collaged some stuff in there too. Oh, I was in a class with Alana Fairchild. That is when I drew her while I was listening to her talk. It was interesting class she did. It took us through a lot of meditations around goddesses, different goddesses. This one has sort of a sheen, like I don't know if you can see that, like a galaxy or something. Oh, it was a new moon. That was my new moon. Another stencil play. Oh, this was a cool stencil of people dancing. I like that. This is also a stencil, this brown. Oh, now see, this looks like an elephant too. I don't know. I just keep seeing them in these stencils that I was playing with the backgrounds. This one came out like a little landscape of some sort. Sorry about my sniffling. I just have a sniffle. Okay. Oh, that's crayons. Playing with crayons. And more just doodles with paint. This one, oh, this page is really thick because it had a lot of collages, or a lot of paper collaged on. Creativity takes courage. Matisse said that apparently. So there you go. Be creative. It shows courage. I like the colors on that one. This is a stencil girl stencil. Live inspired. Okay, and then at the end I had, you know, when bills were going to be due. Okay, and that's the end of the first half of the year. And now I will do the next part. So, yeah. Thank you for staying and watching. So the idea with this doing paint is just to kind of keep yourself in the creativity. I don't know, this is pretty abstract, but I can kind of see an elephant again. I don't know what's happening, why I keep having elephants, but I had doodled something and then I could see this elephant, so I tried to draw it. I also could see a dragonfly, which came out. This was in June. Another thing that looks like an elephant to me. I don't know if anybody else can see that. They look like that to me. So, just more doodly things. I accept and love myself. Here's another elephant shape. I don't know where those are coming from. I like elephants, maybe that's why. Trying to talk to me. Somebody. Some elephant's trying to talk to me. This looks like some spirits, like dancing spirits or something. Oh, this was on the martyrdom of the Bob. Huh, okay. It's another Baha'i holy day. And up to July, getting there. I started writing down which Healy programs I ran, so those are in there a lot of times. Ooh, I took notes from the class, I think, on that one. And see, this looks like an eye, and then a trunk, and then an ear. I just keep seeing them in my... I'm not thinking of an elephant when I'm putting paint on the page. I'm just... So there's another one. That one I drew. I tried to draw where I could see it. But I'm not thinking about an elephant. I'm just putting paint, you know, just playing. Yeah, just playing. That's what I'm doing. Playing with the paint. Seeing what I can do, seeing what it does. You know, sometimes they're backgrounds. I could come back and put something else. And you'll see later... this one I actually was trying to do a dragon, which was the orange. But then afterwards it again looked a little bit like an elephant head. Oh, see, now sometimes I do backgrounds and then I do blind contour drawings, self-portraits. So these are drawings of me that where I'm looking in a mirror. This is Leo the lion, of course. I didn't like this one very much, but it's there. There it is. I was experimenting with different weights of pencils. Just more doodling. Lionsgate, that was why I did a lion. I think I went to a live with Whitney for that one. Yep, just doodling. There's another. Oh, this was Denise Lynn. I was in one of her programs. She's amazing. I love her. Another blind contour drawing. Some stencil play. This again looks like an elephant to me. This one was interesting. I had my hair up in a bun, which I do sometimes when I first get up, or if I haven't washed my hair, I'll just pull it up. So, anyway, this one I think was totally all blind. I didn't look or anything, and it's cool. I liked how that one came out. It's like a character, but it doesn't really look like me to me, but another elephant shape, so I defined some of it. Another one of me. More me. Some of these I did on, I posted on Instagram, so they might look familiar if you follow me on Instagram. Medicine rice. Okay, this is a really cool oracle deck that I got. I can't remember her name right now. But she has a book too, so anyway, it's very cool. It says Medicine Rights Accomplishment. My soul has grown in leaps and bounds. I celebrate my brilliance and peace in this world. I'll write that down if I find the deck and tell you which one. This is like a sacred geometry. What do they call this? Flower of life or something. That was another line contour. Some of these I like the colors, softer colors. Just experimenting. I think that's a background I should do something else on. More backgrounds. More background stuff. Doodles. Some of these are probably not that interesting to look at, but I'm not sure why I did 2 pages here. I think I had accidentally skipped a page. And so, because usually I do the art on one side and then I kind of keep track of stuff on the other. Oh, so sorry. I bumped my thing. And I think I skipped a page. So then when I realized it, I went back in and just did a whole spread. Oh, this one's coming unglued. Let's just fix it. I just put a piece of tape on there, huh? Let's do that. Fixed. Okay. Oh, look at this cute little face. It's like a person. Like the way a little kid draws a person. Oh, I skipped one. The paper gets really thick when you paint on it. This is just pretty thin paper actually, but after you lay some paint on there, it thickens it up. It's kind of neat. It's fun to flip through it. Oh, that was around the Halloween. I was playing with the mono printing with my my jelly plate, which I hadn't really played with the jelly plate that much. It's pretty fun to play around with. I'll probably do a face in there because that looks like it's supposed to have a face in it to me. Almost done. Another one that looks like it needs a face. More doodles. This one's got collage. Sorry. One of the trades we did was a card made from collage, I think. Can't remember exactly, but anyway. Oh, I think it was florals. That's what it was. We were supposed to do florals, and somehow when I thought of that, I wanted to make pieces and put them together. So these are, I had extras, so I pasted it in my book to remind me of the one I sent out. And has a little tiny face in there. Oh no, see, there's another elephant. Another one that looks a little bit elephanty. Not exactly sure what that is trying to tell me, but my teacher Whitney says there's symbols in there that we need to pay attention when we get them coming up. That's pretty silly. Oh, that's pretty colors. That's my friend Diane Black, I think it was Diane, had posted a thing with a bunch of different trees, so I sketched some of them down to give me inspiration for when I was painting the my wooden ornaments. So I used some of her shapes. And somebody bought one of my ornaments, so I wrote her name in my book and gave her a heart. And this one I layered twice. I used the white pen and it was kind of fat, so I did it again with did it again with pencil. Sorry for the coughing fit. Almost made it to the end of the year without coughing. This was just yesterday. Oops. And this morning, my sister was wet. That's the end. I have a few more pages left. Thanks for watching.